Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is a beautifully chaotic day in Port Charles, and we have so much to unpack. Grab your favorite snack, settle in, and let's dive right into the madness because you are not going to believe what... Oh wait, before that happened, actually, I need to back up because I keep remembering things out of order. So Nina literally pushed Drew into the Quartermain Lake while he was strapped to his wheelchair. I'm yelling at my screen like, "Are you serious right now?" She just rolled him in because she panicked when he started regaining his speech and mobility. And honestly, who wouldn't panic? But then she immediately regrets it and starts screaming her head off. And then Gio, sweet, heroic, summer lifeguard Gio, dives in and saves Drew. Which is amazing for Drew, but a total nightmare for Nina and Willow. I forgot to mention earlier, but Willow has been drugging Drew with a paralytic from Jen Sidwell for months to keep him locked in. Which is insane, by the way. Who does that to their husband? She needs to get it together, I swear. So Drew is alive, and he is recovering fast. And Nina sees him. She looks into his eyes, and I am telling you, the venom in this man's stare could literally melt. He is not just angry, he is plotting a scorched earth revenge. At this point, I am literally vibrating with anxiety on my couch. Drew has been trapped in his own body, fully aware, while his wife played God with his life. The sheer terror of realizing that the man you paralyzed is now mobile and coming for you? I can't breathe. Nina sees that look and finally realizes that her cushy job at Crimson and the Metro Court means absolutely nothing if they are all dead or in prison. Enter Jack Brennan. The absolute nerve of this man to just casually offer to erase their entire lives. He tells Willow and Nina he can get them new identities and smuggle them to Canada. Like, what are they gonna do? Open a maple syrup farm? But honestly, it is their only way out. Willow is having a full-blown meltdown. She is literally shaking, completely horrified by the reality that she cannot control Drew anymore. She is backed into the tightest corner ever. She knows Drew is going to destroy her career as a congresswoman, take her kids, and send her to Steinmauer. But Nina, oh my god, don't even get me started on Nina. She actually hesitates. She is standing there, facing the wrath of a vengeful Drew Kane, and she is worried about her career. I was like, are you serious? Get in the car, Nina. But then she sees Drew's eyes again, that absolute lethal glare, and she finally snaps out of it. She realizes they have to pack up in the middle of the night and run. Mark my words, this midnight escape plan was doomed from the start. I'm calling it now, this is going to end badly. So they are frantically packing in the dark. The tension is so dramatic. They are grabbing clothes, stuffing bags, trying not to wake anyone up in that massive, drafty Quartermain mansion. And they have to get the kids, Wiley and Amelia. Which, by the way, is a terrible idea because taking the kids is literal kidnapping. Willow is Drew's wife now, but Michael is the father of those kids. Wait, did I already say that? Whatever. Anyway, Michael and Willow have been divorced for a long time. Michael is dating Jacinda now, but he still has custody rights and he is fiercely protective of his children. Okay, where was I? Right, so Willow and Nina are trying to sneak two toddlers out of the house. And who happens to catch them? Michael Corinthos. My jaw literally unhinged. Michael walks in, and you can just see the corporate raider, mob boss adjacent energy radiating off of him. He sees the bags, he sees the kids, and he immediately knows something is deeply wrong. He leaves Jacinda more confused than ever and goes full protective dad mode. The confrontation in the foyer of the mansion was iconic. Michael is flexing his power in a way that makes it clear exactly who is really running. He is demanding answers and Willow is stuttering, trying to come up with some lie about a spontaneous vacation. A vacation? In the middle of the night? With no notice? Honestly, Willow is a terrible liar. Michael is not buying whatever is being said. He looks at Nina, he looks at Willow, and he puts the pieces together. He realizes they are making a run for it and trying to steal his children. And then the chase begins. Yes, an actual chase. Willow and Nina manage to bolt for the door with the kids, and Michael is right behind them. I am literally on the edge of my seat, screaming at the TV. They scramble into their SUV, tires squealing on the Quartermain driveway gravel. It was like something out of an action movie. But Michael is not just going to let them drive away with his children. He pulls out his phone and starts making calls. Michael threatens to use all his power, all his wealth, and all his connections to block every single road out of Port Charles. He is unhinged, but in a totally justified dad way. He is telling Willow that she cannot run from her past. He knows about her shady Jen Sidwell connections, he knows she is hiding something massive, and he is not going to let her drag Wiley and Amelia into a life on the run. The power dynamic shift here is literally insane. Michael is trapping them in the city. And just when you think it cannot get any more stressful, the flashing red and blue lights appear. The police are surrounding Willow and Nina's SUV. Harrison Chase is there, and remember, Chase was already looking for Willow to bring her in for questioning about the Jen Sidwell case. She had literally just asked him for a favor to look the other way, but now she is caught red-handed fleeing the jurisdiction with children. The standoff is so intense. The police cars have them boxed in. Michael is standing there, looking like a furious billionaire who just won a chess match. Willow is trapped in the driver's seat, gripping the steering wheel, tears streaming down her face. She is finally forced to face the reality that she cannot escape. Her past, her crimes, her drugging of Drew, her association with Sidwell, it is all catching up to her at this exact moment. Let's just talk about Willow's psychology for a second, because it is honestly fascinating and terrifying. She built this whole perfect congresswoman life, but underneath it, she was literally playing a villain. She kept her husband paralyzed. And now, sitting in that surrounded car, she realizes that all her attempts to control the narrative have completely failed. She thought Jack Brennan could save her. She thought she could just erase her mistakes by moving to Canada. But you can't just erase paralyzing a man. And Nina, poor, misguided, constantly making terrible choices Nina. She is sitting in the passenger seat, realizing that she just aided and abetted a kidnapping attempt on top of attempted murder for pushing Drew into the lake. Her career is over. Her life in Port Charles is over. She gave up everything to protect Willow, and it still wasn't enough. The tragedy of their mother-daughter bond is that they constantly drag each other down into worse and worse situations. I honestly feel a tiny bit bad for her, but also, what did she expect? Meanwhile, back at the hospital, or the mansion, or wherever Drew is currently plotting, you just know he is smiling. He didn't even have to lift a finger to stop them. Michael and the PCPD did it for him. Drew's revenge is already happening. He wanted Willow to lose everything, and right now, she is about to lose her freedom and her children. I am honestly so invested in villain Drew. It is the best thing that happened to his character in years. The audacity of him waking up and choosing pure violence is exactly what this show. So the sirens are blaring, the red and blue lights are flashing across Willow's terrified face. Michael is demanding she hand over Wiley and Amelia. Chase is walking up to the window, probably holding handcuffs. It is the ultimate dead end. The sheer panic, the claustrophobia of the scene, it was directed so beautifully. I literally had to rewind it twice to catch all the micro expressions. The acting was top tier, honestly. I am sitting here trying to figure out how Jack Brennan is going to react to this. He offered them the Canadian identities, but now that they are surrounded by cops, is he going to swoop in and save them, or is he going to cut his losses and pretend he had nothing to do with it? Knowing Brennan, he is probably already deleting their contact info from his burner phone. He is way too smart to go down with the scene, which is so dramatic. And what about Michael? He is standing there, watching his ex-wife absolutely crumble. They share so much history, but he is completely prioritizing the safety of his kids over whatever residual feelings he might have for her. Jacinda is probably sitting back at the mansion like, what did I just marry into? Actually, they aren't married yet, but you know what I mean. The Corinthos family drama is literally never ending. Honestly, I don't see how Willow gets out of this. Even if Brennan tries to pull some WSB strings, the PCPD has her surrounded, and Michael has the money to fight any legal battle. She is going down. And honestly, she deserves it. You don't just drug someone, paralyze them, try to drown them, and expect to live happily ever after in Canada. Not okay. I'm done. I literally cannot wait for the next episode. Will Willow and Nina survive this ultimate trap, or is their Canadian dream officially a nightmare? Drop your wildest theories below and subscribe for more.